When the badge turns silent, the body cam speaks. Rights violated.
This episode is brought to us by Autistic Audits. Check the link below, subscribe to his channel, and give him the credit he deserves. In this episode, Autistic Audits goes to the BBC building to film peacefully from a public area, but things quickly get out of hand. Two very unprofessional officers show up, spouting confusing claims about a morning briefing and saying he fits the description of a wanted person. Without any proper investigation or legal reason, they demand his personal details, and when he refuses, they arrest him. Luckily, Autistic Audits works with Hank Solicitors.
How are you doing? You alright?
Yeah, I'm not too bad.
What are you up to?
Can I ask you why you're engaged in
Stop there a minute.
Why?
I'm just trying to identify who you are because you've got your face covered and you've... What's your name, please, sir?
I don't have to give you my name.
Okay, well, at this moment in time, we believe that you might well be wanted. Okay. Well, we'll cross that bridge in a minute once we've confirmed it. So that's why we need to identify who you are. It's all right. We'll do it another way. Just bear with us a second.
You start with your first name, please, sir.
I don't believe I have to provide your name.
Okay. Well, I believe that you're wanted, right? Okay. Just by your description alone, right? So I believe that you're wanted off a briefing that I've received today, right? So we can do it one or two ways.
For what?
Well, wanted for an offence.
What offence?
Well, wanted for an offence of harassment, actually. So I need to check you out in order to see A, if it is you, or B, if it isn't you, right? And if it isn't you, I'll bid you good day and off you go.
From the very start, the officer handled things badly. He claimed the auditor matched a wanted person's description based only on a generic morning briefing. Right away, he demanded personal details without any real reason. No specific description, no clear crime, just assumptions and pressure. This isn't proper policing. It's using authority to fish for information. When the auditor refused to give his name, the officer said, "If it's not you, I'll let you go." This shows exactly what's wrong with his approach. He treated giving your identity like a test you have to pass to leave. In the UK, your rights don't depend on someone's guesswork. Police must have real, clear grounds, not vague briefings or gut feelings.
So if we start with your first name, or are we going to have to get a fingerprint scanner down here and find out who you are, or take you down to custody to try and identify you because you refuse to give me details?
I haven't committed an offence.
Okay, so if you haven't committed any offences, can I start with your first name, please, sir?
I don't need to give you my first name.
Okay, well, I believe you to be Christopher Green, and I'm detaining you currently.
I am not Christopher Green.
Right, okay,
that's fine. You'll be
that's fine,
arrested.
but you're currently being detained up until the point that I can establish who you are. You're refusing to give me some details, so I need to establish who you are.
Please ask you to identify yourself?
Yeah, I'm PC 17768 Neil Williams.
And you, please?
Sergeant 15563.
Thank you.
Right,
which
okay,
station?
Can we make
West
it nice and easy for us and start giving just the first name, please?
Can I ask you which station you're from?
Yeah, I work at Withenshaw Police Station, work part of the X Department and part of the Transport Unit for Great Manchester Police.
Thank you.
Okay?
Yep.
So we're going to start with your name then, please. And if there's nothing wrong, then we'll send you on your way.
When the officers suddenly said, "I believe you to be Christopher Green," it became clear what was really happening. Even though the auditor calmly said he wasn't, the officer wasn't trying to identify a wanted person, he was trying to control a situation because he felt challenged. The auditor hadn't done anything wrong, evasive, or threatening. He just refused to give his name without a legal reason. That's his right, not a warning sign. Even worse, the officer said the full name out loud in public. Under UK GDPR and the Data Protection Act 2018, police must handle personal data carefully. Naming someone as a wanted person without proof can be harmful, unnecessary, and even defamatory. If Christopher Green isn't the auditor, the officer could have damaged both the auditor's reputation and the real person's, if that person even exists.
It's not Christopher Green.
Okay.
100 Alpha.
And what is your name, please? And have you got any anything to identify yourself?
I don't believe I have to answer these questions.
Right. You don't believe that you have to add, right, okay, well, I believe you to be wanted, right? So make it easy for us. Give us your details, identify yourself, show me some identification.
I don't believe I have to identify myself.
Well, you do.
We could arrest you, take you to custody and put you on a live scan machine. There's a necessity, if you're not giving your name and address, for us to verify who you are if we believe you to be wanted from the information we've got. So you can
I don't have to do that. You've not provided me with any grounds for an arrest.
Right, take your hands out your pocket so I can see them. I need to identify you. I'm trying to make it easy for you here, sir. So what I want,
I'm not in any threat to you.
No,
guys.
not at all.
No, I'm not.
You had your hands in your pockets, and I don't know who you are.
Even after detaining the auditor in public, the officer still had no real reason, no specific crime, no evidence, just a vague claim that the auditor matched a description. When the auditor asked for the legal basis of the detention, the officer suddenly changed tactics, focusing on the fact that the auditor had his hands in his pockets. It was a clear distraction. Instead of answering the legal question, he made up a new problem: posture. Being calm and keeping your hands in your coat became, in his mind, a reason to detain someone. Even worse, he admitted, "I don't know who you are." The real issue wasn't any crime, it was that the officer didn't recognize the auditor.
Up until the point that you identify yourself, make it easy for us, and if it isn't you, and I can establish who you are, and I can clearly identify you, then I'll send you on your way. Right, okay. But by you being obstructive at the moment...
I'm not being obstructive.
Well, you are, because you're refusing to provide some details.
No, because I don't believe lawfully that I have to give you those details because I haven't committed any offence of harassment. I'm sorry.
Right, okay. Well, I believe you to be wanted, so I want you to. I need you to identify yourself in order for me to make those inquiries. And once I make those inquiries and find out that you are either wanted or you're free to go, I will then send you on your way. Okay. Oh, no, don't. No. Excuse me. I'm speaking.
You've asked me whether I'm Christopher Green, and I've said I'm not Christopher Green.
Right, and all I'll say to you is, right, identify yourself, because
stop giving me orders.
I'm the police here.
Speak to me respectfully.
I have done. I've tried.
Speak to me respectfully.
What I'll say to you is, you're not going anywhere up until the point that I can clearly identify you. Okay.
Right, but please continue to speak to me respectfully. Okay.
So what's your name, please?
To speak to you always
respectfully. Start with your name, please.
The auditor stayed calm, clear, and within his rights, stating that he hadn't committed a crime and didn't have to show ID without a legal reason. But the officer lost control, shouting, "No, I'm the police here," as if yelling his title made his actions legal. This outburst wasn't just unprofessional, it revealed that he was rattled. When authority figures get shaken without proper grounds, they often turn to aggression to intimidate. His loud, aggressive behavior wasn't about resolving anything legally. It was meant to scare the auditor into compliance.
I'm not giving you my name.
Right, have you got any ID on you?
I'm not. I don't have to do this.
The problem is, we suspect you of an offence.
Sorry, mate, why do you believe that you don't have to do this?
Because I don't believe I've committed a criminal offence.
Right, okay. Well, then make it easy for me, sir, right?
I don't have to make anything easy for you.
Yeah, you do, unfortunately.
No, I don't.
Why are you being so obstructive? If you're not committed any offence, we can check your details. Then
I don't have to discuss anything with you.
Why are you trying to avoid it?
I'm not trying to avoid anything.
Because it's going to be a long process for you if we have to take you to custody and put you on one of them live scan machines to find out who you are.
Well,
so it sounds straightforward. If you just give us your details, we can check if you want to or not. If you're not, absolutely fine, which is what you're saying.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm not Christopher Green, and I'm saying I've not committed offensive harassment.
Who are you then?
I've just told you I don't believe that I have to give you that information.
The auditor wasn't being difficult. He was calmly asserting his right not to give personal details without a clear legal reason. That's not avoiding the law. It's exercising the rights police are supposed to protect. Instead of respecting that, the officer tried to intimidate him, threatening a long and unnecessary custody process if he didn't comply. This wasn't about justice. It was about punishing someone for knowing their rights. Even the live scan machine's comment showed the officer's real motive: pressure and inconvenience in place of lawful grounds. When an officer resorts to threats because someone knows their rights, it shows a serious failure in training and mindset. Good policing relies on accountability, not coercion. And in this moment, The officer proved the auditor's point perfectly.
And if I do, then I can give it to your desk sergeant, or I can give it to a judge.
Please, so I can see exactly who you are.
No.
I'm going to let go of your arm now, yeah? Okay. What I don't want you to do is I don't want you to be putting your hands in your pockets.
Promise
right?
you I won't do that.
Okay, because I need to be satisfied that you've not got something that can harm me or anyone else.
I promise you there's nothing in my pockets that could harm you.
It is, isn't it? Boss. Boss.
Do you want to go and have a look at that picture upstairs?
So guys, it looks like I'm going to be arrested here. We'll just turn this off.
Right, you're under arrest on suspicion of harassment.
According to the evidence, unlawfully arrested. I've now passed the case on to HNK, and they are currently considering all of the information before they either accept or reject the case, and I'll let you know what happens there, guys.
This arrest was the worst in a series of poor decisions. After refusing to give clear legal reasons and constantly pressuring the auditor for personal details, the officer arrested him despite no crime being committed and no legitimate suspicion. It was an obvious abuse of power, but justice won. HNK solicitor took the case, and recently the auditor confirmed he won his claim. That win isn't just personal, it's a reminder that unlawful policing has consequences. In this episode, Auditor Autistic Audits was calmly filming outside the BBC building, fully within his rights, when two officers arrived and immediately escalated the situation. They cited a vague morning briefing and claimed he matched a description. The lead officer demanded the auditor's name, and when he rightly refused, things quickly got worse. The officer gave no proper reason, instead declaring he believed the auditor was a man named Christopher Breen. Saying the full name publicly was a serious breach of privacy, especially since there was no confirmation of identity. When the auditor calmly asked for the legal grounds for his detention, the officers didn't answer. Instead, the lead officer shouted, "No, I'm the police here," trying to assert control rather than follow the law. The second officer even warned that custody would be long and uncomfortable if the auditor didn't comply. Classic intimidation to force someone to give up their rights. Eventually, they arrested him without any real evidence, proper ID, or crime. But the story didn't end there. In court, HNK solicitors represented the auditor, and he won his case. This victory is a win for everyone who sees the dangers of unchecked police power. This episode shows exactly what's wrong with aggressive policing: vague suspicions treated as fact, rights ignored, intimidation used instead of legal process, and public resources wasted on avoidable lawsuits. Authority does not give the right to act without accountability.